Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm alone because today I'm going to talk about Chinese driving license. If you're a foreigner and you're living in China and you want to drive a car, you want to have a driving license, how can you apply? How is the exam? What application can you use to learn the theory? How is the process going? How much does it cost, etc. So I'm gonna go through all the details and explain how did I do that, how I got my own Chinese license, a driving license. So keep on watching. I have some notes here I'm gonna use so I don't miss any important information to share with you. So let's get started. This video is mainly for those people who don't have a driving license at all. I mean, in your country you didn't learn driving and you didn't get a license. This video is for those people who wants to start from zero, like who is not even able to drive a car, like me. Yeah, I didn't have a license and I couldn't drive a car, and I was always waiting for the borders to open so I can go back to my country and maybe I can pass the exam, learn driving, and then come back here, change my license. But it didn't happen because of current COVID situation. So I decided that I finally want to start my journey to getting a driving license here, and it was not as difficult as I thought it would be. So okay, so let me first start explaining you how many exams do you need to have and how is overall process going. Because for example, back in my country, in Armenia, we need to take two exams. One is the theory and another one is the practical exam. But in China you have 4 exams, and 2 of them are theory exams, 2 of them are the actual practical exams. The first exam is a theory. It has 100 questions. If you want to pass that exam, you need to answer correct to 90 questions, 90 and more. And the second and third one are practical exams, and the fourth one is still theory, and you have 50 questions, and still you need to get at least 90 to pass that exam. So let's start from the beginning, like how did I do everything and how much did I pay, how did I find the school, how can you find a school in your area maybe suitable for you, etc. Actually, most of the foreigners who are living and working in China, or maybe they are students, they don't really need a driving license because most of them are renting a house very close to their company or to the university, or they are living in the campus of the university, so they don't really need a driving license or a car to drive somewhere because they are very near. Why I wanted to get a driving license? Because as you know, I am married here, and in 2020 we bought a car. Coro had the license, he was driving the car, and I thought it will be a very good chance for me to also learn driving. So sometimes I can also drive our car when it's necessary, or when I want to go somewhere, or whenever he is tired and maybe I will help him to drive back home, etc. So after I saw that there is no chance to go back to my country to get a driving license and come here to change, I decided that I'm gonna learn here and try to pass all the exams here. For those people who already have a driving license, I have heard that it's not very difficult to change. I think you just need to pass those theory exams. I'm not very sure because I didn't ask. So I'm guessing that you only need to pass those theory exams, translate your driving license, and maybe you will be able to exchange. But for those people who are going to start from zero, so first thing you need to do is you need to find a driving school. Trusted school that you will be able to learn driving, and you will be able to pass the exam. So because my husband is Chinese, he helped me to find the school. Actually, I went to the same school he went to learn driving, and there is a very nice application that will help you to find a school near your area. It's called, in Chinese, it's called 大众点评. So it's an orange application. I will list the application name in the description box, and you can see the application here. So you can open that application and maybe translate with Google, I don't know, a driving school, and then paste there. Let me translate. In these applications you can find literally everything: hotels, schools, restaurants, coffee shops, like I said, a driving school, and you can see where are they, how to go there, which one is near. You can choose the area you want it to be. You can choose so here, driving school, 见识学校. I'm gonna copy this and paste in this application, and then here you can see like there are a lot of schools that can help you to learn driving. You can choose the one that is near, or maybe the one that has a very high score, etc. So you can find a school like this. One important thing I want to mention that it is necessary to be able to speak Chinese. It's not necessary to be able to read or write Chinese, but it's necessary to be able to speak and understand Chinese, at least HSK level 2, or it is preferred like level 3, 4, because although you can pass the theory exam in English, yes, you can do that, you can choose English, but the practical exam you're gonna pass in Chinese. The first practical exam, which means like the second exam, which is gonna be your second exam, is not difficult because you're gonna do the steps accordingly. I mean, they are going to teach you what comes after each step, what comes after each, what can I say? Each move, maybe? Yeah, so even if you don't know Chinese, you know what are you gonna do after this one, what are you gonna do after this one. So it's not very necessary to know Chinese that well, but for the third exam, it is necessary. I will get to that. In the driving school that I went, I have paid 6,800 RMB, and I have paid 200 RMB extra for, I think they mentioned like virtual driving class. I don't know, it's like when you're driving, sitting in front of the computer or in front of the TV. I don't know, I never took that class. So total, it was like 7,080 RMB, because it was like 6,880 plus 200, 7,080 RMB. And there is a new rule in China that you need to pass all of the exams in 3 months. So kind of you have limited time to pass all the exams. But I must say that time is enough. Altogether, it took me 3 months and 3.5 months. But I will explain why it took me more than 3 months or 2.5 months. Oh yeah, 2.5 months, almost 3 months altogether. I will explain how it goes. So after you have paid, they are telling you that you need to go for a health check. They need to check your body, they need to check your eyesight, etc. And after the health check, after 10 days, you can apply for the first exam. So she told me I can go for a health check after I think I am ready for the first exam, because when I took the health check, it's like necessary to go as soon as possible. So she said you can have more time to prepare for the first exam, and because I was nervous, I didn't know that much, and I wanted to spend more time learning. I wanted to make sure that I'm gonna pass all the exams perfectly well. I decided that I will go for a health check a little bit later. It took me like 2 weeks. I was always practicing for the first exam. So after I was ready to pass the first exam, I told them that they can register me for the health check, and then after that I can go to have my first exam. The application I have used to learn the test is called Laowai Drive Test. You can see the blue application here with the red car. So this is the application. When you're opening this application, you can see here we have subject 1 and subject 4, the first and fourth exams, theory exams. So at first, I just recommend you to learn subject 1. When you will finish subject 1, and then you will concentrate on subject 4, so you don't mess everything up. And if you want to have an access to this application fully, you might need to pay 58 RMB, which I highly recommend you to do, because this is very easy, and all the answers that you will see during the exam are just from this application. So if you practice very well, you will definitely pass the exam. So here you have skill explanation, traffic signs, random exercise, sequential exercise, wrong exercise. You can review the answers. You clicked wrong, and usually what was I doing? Like, I was opening this sequential exercise. Oh, see, you need to pay 50 RMB for 3 months, and you can read the question and then click on the answer and then practice all of the questions. And then I was opening like skill explanation. Here you can do text questions, picture questions, single choice, judgment questions, and do all the exercises. And then I was opening traffic signs to see what kind of signs do they have. They are explaining everything very well here. See these signs. Or these ones. Next exit, parking lot, entrance notice, export notice. Yeah, the signs. These signs, I didn't pay too much attention on these signs, because some of these signs that you have here in traffic signs, you will not see during the exam, and in the test you will not see. So when I felt like I have finished learning everything, I would click on mock test, and you can see like my mock test result is like 94.22, and you can do the test. It's giving you 45 minutes. Oh, you need to activate. It's giving you 45 minutes, and then you can see the test record, test statistics, and you can do that over and over again until you will be confident enough and register for the test and go. So as I said, after you feel that you're ready to go to have your first test, you are registering for going to have a body check. And the body check costs, if I'm not mistaken, it costs 100 RMB. Yeah, I think I have paid 100 RMB for the whole medical check. And the picture you're gonna save somewhere, and you will take only during the fourth exam. So when you pass the fourth exam, you can just give them the picture. They will stick on your driving license, and that's it. So after you registered for exam number 1, you need to arrive there on time, like 30 minutes in advance, with your passport, with your phone, and you need to have another application. I believe they will tell you in your driving school, especially if you're a foreigner, they are helping quite a lot. So they will register for you, or they will just help you to register. You're gonna show a code from that application, and you're gonna give your passport. They will let you go to have the exam, and you're gonna leave all your belongings in a hive, in a little box. You cannot take a watch, you cannot take the phone, you cannot take a bag, like anything else, any other thing you cannot take. You just need to take your paper, the code they are going to give you, and nothing else. Yeah. So when you are going and they need to give you a number of a table you're gonna sit around, you need to let them know that you want to pass the test in English. If your Chinese is so good, you can pass the test in Chinese, but for me, I can communicate in Chinese very well, but I don't think an exam that has so many words about the car, about, I don't know, a traffic, I wouldn't be able to learn in Chinese, because even in English there were a lot of things that I couldn't understand. I had to search in the internet and I had to learn very well, so it was a bit complicated for me. In my opinion, theory exams are not that easy, but they're also not very difficult. I mean, it's possible to learn, it's possible to pass, but they're not very easy because in China roads are too many and there are too many signs and you need to learn them very well. And sometimes for me those like signs with pictures, they were quite difficult to learn. I was having a trouble to memorize them. So yeah, most probably you will spend some time to learn the theory, and for me it was a little bit easier because like it was a year that we had a car and I was sitting next to my husband when he was driving, and I could pay attention to a lot of things when he was driving, so I was familiar with a lot of things, but still it was a little bit difficult to learn. So subject number 2 is not very difficult, but you definitely need to be able to speak Chinese, because most of the coaches that we went there, most of the coaches didn't know English, and actually no one could speak English, and I had to communicate them in Chinese, and I had to be able to understand what do they say so I can drive well, I can do the things correctly, and yeah, I had to learn some more words about the car. I had to practice my Chinese even more because I was having a trouble of understanding what do they say. Yeah, but finally you're gonna do that. Believe me, you're gonna do that. So the second exam is mainly about parking from the right, parking from the left, parking from the side. You are learning all of those kinds of parkings, and actually it's not that difficult because there are a lot of lines. They are telling you when you reach to this line, or when your window is far from the line, let's say 4 fingers, you need to turn left. When you saw this sign, you need to turn right, you need to get back, you need to pay attention to this stone, this line, I don't know. So it's quite easy. If you pay attention to the details, it's quite easy, but you need to be very precise, because during the second exam you cannot step on any of those white lines. If the car wheel went on any of those white lines, you just fail, like at once you fail. They minus 100, like your score goes to 0 and you fail and you have to do everything again. Alright, so after you did the parking, like let's say you did pretty well, you did the side parking from the right, from the left, and you're driving forward, you're going uphill. Before there was a requirement that you need to stop in the middle of that little hill, but now there's no requirement, so you're just driving uphill and then going down. There is one part when he says emergency stop, you need to press the brake and press that emergency light they need to shine at least 5 times, and then you need to turn off and then continue your road. And then there is a place that you need to it's called S road, like it looks like S. You need to drive on that road without touching the white lines, and then there is a place that you need to turn right without touching the line on the right side, that place. And there is a place that you need to make a turn the car, like you're going and you need to turn the car without touching any lines and go. And then there is a terminal that you need to go out of the terminal, and the second exam is over. So that's basically everything for the second exam. It's a little bit difficult because you need to be very precise. You need to drive the car very precisely, so you don't step so the wheel doesn't step on any of those white lines, or you will just fail. They will just minus 100 scores. When you finished the second exam, it's time to prepare for the third one. The third exam is about driving on the road. So with the coach, you're gonna go and drive on a normal road. They don't have like any special places to drive. You're just driving with everybody else. He's gonna sit next to you. He's gonna help you to drive on the road. It's not that difficult because the road they choose is mainly very empty. Yeah, they don't choose like a very crowded road. They're mainly very empty. And except driving on the road, you also need to learn about the lights. Here comes your ability to understand Chinese. So there are basically 15 different situations they are giving you to learn and how to control lights during those 15 different situations. Let's say it says you're driving on a normal road, which light do you need to turn on if it's night, which light if you're going uphill, which light if you're crossing a bridge, which light, so etc. Everything they are going to, that automatic box is going to tell you randomly. That's the most difficult thing. Out of those 15 things that they are asking you to do, they are going to choose, if I'm not mistaken, 8 randomly. So you need to learn that very well in order to be able to control the lights very well, because if you did one thing wrong, you fail the whole exam. So the thing is, like, before starting the car, you need to turn on the lights and control the lights, listen to what they say and control the lights. After that, you need to turn off the lights and start driving on the road. So being able to control the lights in all of those situations is very important. For example, when they say like you are driving towards the other car, you should not touch the lights because it's already on a low beam, or you're driving on the bridge, you need to turn on the high beam. And then you're driving, let's say at night, you need to get back to low beam, or you are passing someone, you need to turn on the left indicator, pass them, turn off, and then turn on the right indicator, pass them, turn off. So yeah, something like this. You need to learn this very well. You need to be able to understand what they say, because if you fail this, you're not gonna get to the main driving. Okay, let's say we passed this step also, and it's time to drive on the road. There are several situations that they are going to give you. You're gonna drive on an actual road, and there might be some other cars or trucks that will disturb you, but you need to keep calm. You're gonna a coach is going to sit next to you, control everything, but he cannot say anything. The automatic machine is going to control everything you do. So there are several situations on the road that you need to know, and you need to know how to drive when he's giving you when you see several signs there. For example, if you see the school sign, you need to, your speed should not be more than 30, and when you see a bus stop, your speed should not be more than 30. There is a time that that machine tells you that you need to pass the car. It means you need to turn on the left indicator, wait until it will shine at least 3 times, and then turn left, and then turn off the right the left indicator, and then you're gonna turn the right indicator, wait until it will shine 3 times, and then turn right. So which means you pass that car, and there is a situation when they're telling you you need to speed up. So your speed needs to be more than 40 if I'm not mistaken, and then you can slow down. He will tell you need to slow down, and then in the end there is you need to make a U-turn. Yeah, this is also very important. You need to make a U-turn. Every time you see a zebra line, you need to press the brake, which means like you're slowing down, or if there's someone passing, you're just stopping. Yeah, that's also very important. And in the end there is notice that you need to stop on the right side, so you need to turn the right indicator, and then you need to turn right and then stop there precisely. So basically that's it. There is one thing that is very, very good in China. When you are driving a car, when you're learning how to drive, before the exam, you can pay and go to have a trial test. So you're going with the coach and with the other people who want to have a trial test, and you are kind of trying to take the exam in the actual exam area. in the actual exam area where you're gonna have an exam after several days. So you are kind of trying to see whether you have any questions or whether you are doing something wrong, trying to improve yourself. So you can just pay and take a trial exam 2-3 times, and you will be more confident about yourself. There's also trial exam for the third exam on the actual road, on the actual place where you're gonna take the exam. They are teaching you everything. There are 8 different lines. I mean, the signs are in different places, and you need to know during which line what they are going to tell you, when the school sign comes, when the bus sign comes, where you need to stop, where you need to go. So it is recommended to pay and go to take those trial exams, so you can know the road, you can know how to drive, you can be more confident. So that's a very nice thing. Exam number 3 is still a theory exam, so we're gonna need the same Laowai Drive Test application. So here you're gonna open Laowai Drive Test application, you're gonna click on subject 4 and start learning the same way you were learning subject 1. Still, I was starting with sequential exercise. I was choosing the answers, learning with these, and then I would open skill explanation, do this one by one. The only difficult thing about subject 4 is that there are questions with multiple answers, so you need to be very attentive, because even if you don't choose one answer, or if you choose one answer wrong, if you just miss that, it might minus your score, so need to be attentive. There are some picture questions, single choice, here multiple choice, judgment question. Okay, it's not opening because I don't have the full version. Whatever. And you can choose random exercise, traffic signs. A lot of questions are the same with the subject number 1, so it will be much easier to learn, and you will learn it quite fast. Wrong exercise, you can still do the mock test, you can see your test statistics, you can see your test record, and you can apply for the exam, you can pass the exam, and then just the same day, after 30 minutes or 1 hour, they will give you your driving license. During the 4th exam, you need to have your passport, you need to have that picture you have taken when you went for the health check, and you will pay. I don't remember how much did I pay, but I think I made a payment, and then the same day they gave me my driving license. Okay, congratulations! Now you have a Chinese driving license and you can drive in China. And I just want to mention one thing. I want to recommend you an application that you can use to a map application you can use to drive in China, because as we know, driving here is not that easy, because they have too many roads, too many signs, too many rules. So it's very important to have an application that will guide you to go somewhere, and it's a Chinese application. That's why I'm telling you it's necessary to have a basic Chinese level, so you can also understand. This application is called 高德地图. It's like it's an application with this blue paper airplane on it. So when you're opening that application, you can search any place you want to go. Let's say we want to go to People's Square. Okay, here we are going to People's Square. We can choose, and then we are choosing this blue one. It shows the road. Here, drive a car. It shows like you can choose 3 different roads. In China, there are some plate restrictions. If you have Hu-C number, you cannot go to the city center, like to the place I have chosen, you cannot go. If you have Hu-A, another letter number, you can go to that area. If you have a number from the other city, you cannot go to specific roads for from 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning, in the evening. So you need to know the regulations very well. and yeah, here you can choose which road you want to take, and you can press start and it will show you how to go. And it's also mentioning like all the cameras, and it's mentioning whether you're speeding up, like it's showing you the speed sign, how fast can you drive here. It's showing you even like the seatbelt cameras, the cameras that are taking a picture of the phone if you're playing with your phone, etc. It's very useful. It is always mentioning like you need to go into the tunnel, you need to take this road. So if you know basic Chinese, this application will be very useful for you to use. So basically that's it. I've got my driving license in Shanghai, so I don't know about the regulations in other cities, but I think mostly they are very similar. At least they still have all of those 4 exams, and I believe the questions of the exams and the way they are doing the exam and the way they are teaching should be the same. So if you will have any other questions, you can list the question down below, or you can just text me in Instagram. I will reply to all of your questions. If there will be something I can help you with, I will try to. And this is it for now. I hope all of you will get your driving license in China if you are planning to. And I will see you in our next video. Bye!